Hello and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the second team I hit veteran with. I tanked back because of playing Master League Premier to 2400, and then I tried to play Great League again. We are 2472, I think. I think I was around 2430 something, and now I'm currently sitting at 2550. So the team I used is basically whatever you see, what you see here on the screen. Vigoroth in the lead with Safe Swap, Gligar, and Trevenant in the back. I do believe that Trevenant is the most underrated Pokemon. Gligar is just the best Pokemon, and Vigoroth is just insanely good of a lead in the current meta. So basically, yes, we lose lead hard to Annihilate, but we have two hard answers to the Ape. So without further ado, let's just go and watch these battles. And first lead, we get a insanely good of a lead. Opponent swaps to Gudra, and whenever they swap to Gudra, you actually just throw Body Slam and then go to Trev. I think I made a mistake here by over farming a lot, and technically the thing about this matchup is that we wall the energy entirely, so there is nothing we care about here. I should be throwing before they throw their charge move, and like Aqua Tail doesn't do that much, but since I shielded, I guess I could just over farm more, and Seed Bomb doesn't KO that, so I had to throw a Shadow Ball, and I can get to another Shadow Ball here, which they will be forced to shield. And now we are maintaining the alignment. We are up a shield, so nothing can go wrong. I'm forced to shield this in this matchup here because this will pretty much almost one shot, and I'm just going to blind swap whenever they swap and they have an Altaria. This is kind of fine because I'm about to get a Rock Slide into the Vigoroth unless the opponent do something questionable here, which I am sure they did. They throw a Sky Attack here, which I definitely live. So all we need to do is just throw the Aerial Ace and get them as low as possible. Opponent tried here to wait and not take me out, and then I'm just gonna get to a dig and throw it on the Empoleon. They were trying to leave me with some health so the Empoleon can farm me down with, but that didn't work out for them. If you see Annihilate bleed, just go honestly to Trevenant, because that will bait out the Skarmory, and Gligar will avoid the Skarmory as well, which is like what makes this team kind of good. If you don't have a Trevenant, you could actually use Alligator. By Alligator, I mean Feraligator, not Scolodurge. Trevenant wins the 2, Skarmory wins the 1. So you could actually, since we're playing the 2, you could ender charge here, as you will see later in the game. I tried to stop tapping there to get myself lower on health, and you saw that they do have a Lantern. I'm just going to go to Vigoroth here, and I think I misplayed this matchup horribly because I made a mistake. Well, to be honest, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to face this team, and I was like, this is my first set using this team as well. So what do we do here? Just throw this Aerial Ace. I let them do more damage so I can leave with less health, but I ended up in a lower health than I needed to be, because if I just killed the Annihilate, I would have left the matchup with a dig, and if I had left with a dig, the Rock Slide after the dig will be enough to KO. So this game is pretty much on me, and I should have done it better. So Skarmory, you could actually go for calling the bait, but I don't like that. I prefer shielding once, even if you shield a Sky Attack. So just play the 1 here. Play the 1 shield, so shield the first. You could no shield, but what if it's a Brave Bird, right? Opponent swapped in a Trev, so I'm just going to insta shield. I think we will just shield here. And that was a Shadow Ball, which means I get to 2 Aerial Aces before they get to 2 Shadow Balls. They were I think 1 fast move ahead, and they did not shield, so now they are in dig range. So this dig will pretty much KO them if they no shield, but they decided to shield, which is kind of awkward. The opponent is actually counting very, very well, and I was hoping they let me throw under charge move to make the game easier. I'm expecting a Mud Boy in the back, something that Trevenant destroys. That's how Skarmory teams work. Skarmory with a Mud Boy. So I'm just going to stay in to force them to throw their energy, because 2 Scalds pretty much KO the Trevenant. So we get the shield, now we're just waiting for them to scald us. Once they scald, we just swap to Trev and throw the Seed Bomb. So this game is pretty much GG. If it's a Skarmory in the lead, you pretty much have great alignment for their backline. You have Gligar for the Ape and Trevenant for their Mud Boy. Next game, this is kind of a neutral matchup. But you play the 0, you don't do anything else, okay? If they throw the dig, good for them. If they don't, you just play the 0. Don't do anything else. Don't shield. Don't block slide here. So they throw the aerial ace here. I was expecting a dig, but it doesn't matter, to be honest. So, like, since they throw the aerial ace, I'm expecting to get a shield there. And I don't need to shield here. So the play here, I'm just going to go to my Gligar. No shield once. No shield the first. Shield whatever after. And farm all the way down. Opponent swapped out to Cress. Future Sight pretty much almost KO here because Trevenant is just so frail. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna count to 6 and then Shadow Ball. I throw on 5, so technically we could have done one more here. And yeah, this is supposed to one-shot, and then they bring in the Gligar. We could have shield farm down, to be honest, here. But I threw there because they had the move. And now all we need is just to get to this move. Opponent still refusing to throw their energy. So the play here is just we get out and we commit to the dig. And I tapped my charge move. So this is supposed to be a CMP. They have 2 moves, okay? So the dig here is supposed to KO. And yeah, that's how you win the game. Moving into the next one, we have Vigoroth into Deoxys. This is a horrible lead. We just go to Gligar. Usually they Psycho Boost and Dib. Opponent opt out and went to Azu. So depending on how they do react here, I will actually act after. You could actually play the 2 shield here. Since we landed the dig, we can just wing attack all the way down. But we're just gonna try to grab another shield, a shield at least, to make the game easier. Opponent refusing to shield. Ooh. With shielding, like, don't like play the 1-2. No, we can't have the Vig against the DD. Just as simple as that. Opponent brought in the DD again. And we're just going to throw these aerial aces. Because if they don't shield, I'm going to be in a good situation. Because yes, they have more shields. I have way more health. Nice counting by my opponent's side. And now we're just going to Trev. And I'm expecting a Lantern in the bank. They need like a Sableye answer usually with these teams. And there is the Lantern. So the play here is just throw 2 Seed Bombs and get the hell out. So I'm going to throw another one. And now we need to save this Trevenant for the potential DD after. So we don't need to stay in anymore. Honestly, I think we just win this game because Trevenant was just too good against their backline. I mean, the entire team is triple weak to Trevenant. That's why I'm using Trevenant. People are just don't expect the Trevenant, and then they end up always with a team that's triple weak to Trevenant, or at least double weak. Yes, some of them has Licky Tongue, but Trevenant can kill Licky, I think, within 3 Seed Bombs. But it takes a while to get those, so it's not like going to be like a comfortable matchup. But what I mean is, if you have a shield up and they don't have a shield with some energy lead, there is a play, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, next matchup. This is not as bad. Remember that Godra's energy is kind of useless, but Vigoroth energy is kind of insane. So we're just going to throw these Body Slam number 1. We can do one above actually, no shield. They could have a Draco here, but I'm not going to shield. This Body Slam is going to take out, and I'm gonna insta swap here because we have 2 answers. And I'm insta throwing here to deny them from denying me, because if they throw first, I get denied, but if I throw first, I prevent that from happening. So we're just going to insta shield, even if it's a power-up punch. I don't care. Opponent has a Feraligatr, so this is going to be a tough matchup. Luckily, we were able to tap the second charge move, and since I tapped my energy, so we can just shield here because I'm expecting myself to get the shield back. So I'm going to go for the catch if they let me, and we do get the catch. So this matchup went from being so bad into being actually very, very good. So this is a Hydro Cannon. It does nothing. And they bring in the Poly, and I should outpace the Poly, and we won the game. Moving into the next one, we have Ape. I feel like I know this person. This is a horrible lead, but remember that we do have 2 hard answers to the Annihilate, and we swap. They bring in Azu. This is technically a hard counter in the lead and a hard counter in the swap. I know some people will be like, oh, this is the algorithm. The Niantic built an algorithm to counter us. But no, this is actually fine. Just play it out, okay? If you cry about it, nothing will happen. But if you try to win, you might win. So just keep that in mind. By the way, I'm making a video about the algorithm. So do you guys want to see it ASAP, or do you guys just don't care? Please let me know in the comment section below. Like, I have a very, very detailed video about the algorithm. Literally everything about the myth that people created about the algorithm. So I'm just going to try to deny it or support it with evidence. Opponent here brought in Skeldridge. We can just throw the dig and it should get a shield. And now I think I should lose this game. This game is just not winnable. Because they will swap, I will swap. I'm gonna insta-tap the Seed Bomb, and Seed Bomb doesn't KO. If Seed Bomb KOs here, I think I have a shot into winning this game. But now this doesn't happen because that health is way more than 5 counters. So I need to KO in 4, and I wasn't able to. So we should lose this game. Yep, we get the Rock Slide, but we don't. This Rock Slide doesn't KO. That's as simple as that. And yeah, they do win this game. So this was like kind of a tough game. Moving into the next one, that was like an extremely hard counter game. Opponent swapped into Skarmory. I think this opponent kind of misplayed. I think this is the guy who had a Licky in the back, and then they didn't end up bringing it into the Trevenant. I don't know what they were expecting, but maybe they thought I'm trying to bait out the Licky. I could see that happening because sometimes I do that. Like, I feel like my opponent is trying to bait out a Pokemon, just don't swap it. We're going to Shadow Ball here. Opponent didn't. They have a move, by the way. They have a move that they did not throw, and they bring in the Annihilate. And now I'm just going to go Gligar, and there is no point of actually shielding the Gligar. I could shield just to maintain health because this is going to be 100% Shadow Ball. And there is the Licky, which I don't know why they didn't swap. If they could have won this game if they brought the Licky onto my Trev. But they misplayed. So see, sometimes the opponent can misplay, which actually can give you a huge advantage. I should not be throwing the next one, but I think the thing about this matchup is that we throw so many charge moves that we stole the clock enough. So I stopped tapping there, and that's technically not a lag or a bug. And I'm waiting just for my clock to be up, and as you can see, now we can swap and snipe them. And Gligar, again, proving that Gligar is the best Pokemon in the current Great League meta. Moving into the next game, we're picking up like the best lead ever. Like Vigoroth into Licky, you literally win even down a shield. Upon swap into Gligar, if they swap in Gligar, do what I just did, which is basically throw a Body Slam and then go to the mirror, and then you can play after. Why we throw and then we swap? Just so that you prevent them from fighting for the swap. If you chip them and then dip, swap out, or get a shield and swap, you can prevent them from trying to flip the swap. You don't give them actually a chance. So we're going straight for the dig. Dig does a lot here, and now at this point I don't think they can win this matchup because they're supposed to have a Skarmory or something that does not beat a Trev in the 2 shield. And you can see that they swap into Annihilate, so all we need to do is just go straight Seed Bomb. They cannot go straight Shadow Ball. I'm expecting them to go straight Night Slash. So that was a Seed Bomb number 1. I'm just going to shield here. That's a Night Slash, expected. I might need to call a bait, but I'm like, no, I can just like get them low enough with the Shadow Claw damage. So if you can see, I tried to CMP them there, so that's why you did not see me throwing. And if they are at 1 HP, they should die with a move, but they weren't at 1 HP, and now I think they are at 1 HP, and then the next counter is supposed to KO, but I wasn't there. So now just a swap here, and this should finish the Lickitung. Okay, Body Slam, doesn't KO, and we finish them with the Vigoroth. Moving into the next game, Vigoroth into Sand Slash. Amazing lead, literally unlosable. They go to Poly. I'm just going to go to Trev here, and I think the reason I went to Trev is that I don't want this Trev to be aligned against the A-Slash. Usually it's Azu, so there is an argument to be made about swapping in Gligar there, but honestly I didn't want that to happen. And now we're just going straight Shadow Ball, so this is like the best winning swap scenario. Win swap, leave with a move and 1 HP, so we don't give them farm. Also, if they have Azu, it's going to be a rough matchup. And there is the Azu, so we're just going to throw a Body Slam now, and now I wish I have Trev, but we don't. Now just going back to the Gligar, and this is not a horrible matchup. We played this matchup a lot today, so we're going straight aerial ace because they aren't at full health. I recommend building up at least for the dig, so this is kind of a misplay on my end, but it doesn't matter at this point because they are expected to shield these aerial aces. So aerial ace number 2. We're just going to shield. It doesn't, because we need the wing attack damage here. So throw the aerial ace. This is the best part about the Gligar, throwing an aerial ace every 5 seconds. And because it's shadow, I'm just expecting the swap now. So we swap back, and then the Vigoroth should finish this game. And you can see that this team is not weak to Azu or Poliwrath, okay? Because we just beat a team that has those two. Moving into another horrible lead. Again, if you see that, just go to Trev, and then they bring in a Skarmory usually, because their other answer is like kind of a Quagsire or a Whiscash or a Lantern, so they can't do that. The play here is just we play the 2, and I think this is the game where I tried to undercharge. So here, just hit great, honestly, on the Shadow Ball, because they win the 1. And so, I think if I fully charged it, I could have just KO'd. I'm not sure. I need to check the sims. So yeah, we farmed all the way down, and now they have 2 Pokemons. One of them is Annihilate. So luckily, because of the undercharge, I have more Shadow Claws damage, and you can see that I will be able to get to a second Seed Bomb. So that's why I recommend undercharging again against the Skarmory, and now one Wing Attack should do it. They have an Azu in the back, and this is just going to be like a matchup that takes 2 hours. But I think Vigoroth at this point should do okay because we have so many body slams. We're gonna throw them one after one. I think opponent here made a mistake by trying to throw on good timing, and then they ended up giving me more energy. So now I don't care about the Vigoroth anymore because we just get enough energy to beat the Azu. And I think they are at 3, so they need 2 more bubbles, but I can KO with 3 wing attacks. Yeah, 4. And they bring in the Annihilate. Even if this is a Shadow Ball, it doesn't KO. So my Gligar should live this and finish this game. And yeah, that's like why Gligar is an insanely good of a Pokemon. I think this video has way more battles than usual, I think. And yeah, that was the last battle. We end up with a 4-1 with a Volibee. And we're back to 25-15. I think I'm sitting at 25-50. Currently. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much everyone for watching. This is the end of the video. If you guys like this video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.